Hello, my name is Beate Schillet. I'm also known as the Growth Architect. And today I'm kicking off my three-part video series titled How to Sell More and Feel Good About It. So I am putting an event together in September that's all about value-driven packages and about how to really explain what it is that you do and maximize your return by offering, packaging products in such a way that you can charge more and the client is, not being able to make that kind of comparison that they usually do, the dollar for time comparison. So I ask questions about what is your biggest sales issue? And hundreds of you have given me answers, so thank you very much. And I've picked some of your questions and I'm going to be answering them right now. So the growth architecture is, just to give you the bigger picture, is my system that I've created to really help you to understand that businesses have a regular order. So we start with the first one. This is how you turn your talent into a business. The second one, which is what we're going to be talking about right now, is about sales. Because once you know what it is that you're doing and how you're doing it and how to talk about it, then you're moving on immediately to the sales portion. Number 3 is authority platform building. That is where we talk about social media, where we talk about how can you really become the authority, what all goes into that to really elevate that message and get that message out. Then on the next step, it is about leadership, because only when you are understanding, we call it balanced leadership in growth architecture, only when you understand leadership, how to lead a team, how to lead employees, how to lead a freelance team working with you, then you will be able to really grow your business. And then the final portion here is growth strategies. So this is the system that I've built where we, go from one to the other. And then whenever you launch a new brand or you do something different or you expand in a different area, then you obviously go through this whole process all over again. So this is, this could be brand specific. This could be for your entire business. So that's just to give you an idea of how we approach business building in growth architecture. So the questions that I've put out and I've asked you to answer are about why is it that sales is such a big issue for so many of you? And the first thing that comes up is the attracting clients. So I've written down my notes here from the questions. And Kenneth Walker says, how do I stand out? And standing out in business or in order to make a sale, it has to be very clear why you, not why the other guy, not why the service is needed, but oftentimes clients, or prospects tell you straight up, why would I be hiring you? What is so special about you? What makes you the right person for the job? And then many of you go into these lengthy explanations as to what you do and how good your service is and that you're on time and that they can rely that the result is going to be good. And you talk to your client in a way that they're really not connecting with at all, because they're, now their eyes are getting glossy, they're glancing over you, they're trying to get you off the phone, or the conversation is essentially over because you have failed to tell them quickly what it is about you that you need to talk to them about, what is it that you do? What makes you specific? So business owners often say, well, I offer this product or service, but that's really not what you do. Everybody offers that product and that service, so that's hardly unique, right? So the uniqueness comes from you getting the point across why you are the one who designs that service. So I give you an example. I do business building and business consulting. So my tagline is, I design growth architecture. I am the growth architect. I specialize in building, growing, and scaling businesses. So what makes me very different from all the other consultants is, number one, I've actually sold a business to Bill Gates. Number two, I have done this over and over again, and I developed a system that is incomparable with anybody else out there, because my steps are, very specific as to, how somebody, I'm trying to do this, in the video here, and it's like kind of like look a little erratic. Sorry about that. I got confused myself, but I digress. Anyway, so I built this system, you get the picture, on how to really take these steps in business and help you identify where you are stuck. Many of you already have probably issues in the turn your talent into a business because you have not really sat down and identified the exact verbiage. So that always comes first. But because we're talking about sales, this is why you need that language, because in the sales language, then you can say, well, what I bring to the table is not just that I can talk to a specific business topic, but I actually can explain to somebody why they need to be following a system, what the steps of the system are, and I can help somebody identify where in here they're stuck. A lot of times I see that companies are trying to start authority platform building before they even have the language, before they even have figured out how they're selling and what they're selling. They're already like driving traffic and becoming the authority, but we're not really entirely sure on what. So, then we get them back to the basics. So to stand out, you need to have a specific language that you sit down and you design on a whiteboard, where and with my clients, what I do, I take them through an exercise where I talk about core values, mission, vision statement, where we really talk about what it is that makes them so special, and then we'll turn that into a business verbiage. So you want to do that for your business. Got it? Next, Sherry Attili says, how do I approach clients and talk about what I am really here for? So this is really the part about the passion, where we say, well, this is what I'm really passionate about. This is what I'm putting out in front of my client. What am I really here for? How do I translate that? Well, number one, again, you have to really know the language. You attract clients because you say it clearly, concise, and effortlessly what it is about you that is so specific and so unique that that you attract the people that want that. Now, not everybody's going to want that, but you want to only attract the people who are drawn to your particular style of doing business, or who only want what you actually offering. The world is not your customer, which is a very, very frequently made mistake, by the way, is that people think they can sell to everybody. You cannot sell to everybody. So how to approach clients? Well, you have to, again, design your products. You have to design the language around the product. You have to figure out how to, put it sort of all together, but we'll talk about that in another video. Then Maxine Laurie asks, how do I get my foot in the door? Again, this is all about this first video theme, is how do you attract clients? It is always, always, always in the language and how you present it. So when we talk about sales, so how to sell more and feel good about it, the value-driven package design has to do with how do you package your wares, or how do you build a product, or how do you set this up so that you are managing the different objectives. So the client needs to come to you, or you need to get in front of the client, and the client goes, this makes so much sense. I didn't even know how I lived without it. This is what Apple does. You did not know you needed an iPod where all your music is stored digitally until they came out with it. You didn't know you needed an iPhone that took photos and did all these stuff until they came out with that photo. So that's really the principle here, is to anticipate, and I call it crawl it in the heads of your clients, to get that information out of them, and then to present it to them in such a way that they go, oh my goodness, this is exactly what I need. Then we have room for one more question. Then Lynn D said, finding people to sell to without having to create a sales funnel. Lynn, I have bad news for you. if you want to sell, you're going to have to learn about sales. You're going to have to get your head around sales. You're going to have to create these products, and you're going to have to think about what we call the customer journey. So when they come to you, what are you going to give them? What's next? What's next? What's next? So you cannot expect that somebody, once in a seminar, somebody said to me, I am like a pearl in the oyster, and I want clients to discover me. And I said, good luck waiting for a diver. So don't be the pearl in the oyster. Make sure that you learn the language, you design the language to attract clients. You need to talk a language that they actually understand. And tomorrow in the next video, it will talk about what to offer and how to price it. So thank you so much. Your 10 minutes are up. I'll see you tomorrow for another 10 minutes. Again, this is Beate Gillette. I am the Growth Architect. I specialize in growing, building, and scaling businesses. Thank you for your attention and time.